Welcome to From Loneliness to Overflow with Matina. I'm your host, a holistic healing coach, divorce recovery coach, and a passionate advocate for personal growth and your guide on the journey to healing. This podcast is for those who are struggling with the feelings of loneliness, disconnection, feeling stuck, and who are ready to discover their inner potential and live a life overflowing with love and connection. Inside, we're going to explore the path from pain to transformation, bridging the gap between loneliness and abundance through heartfelt conversation, spirituality, energy work, and self-awareness. So let's get started on this soulful journey together. Welcome to another episode from Loneliness to Overflow with Matina. Today's topic is awareness. Awareness of our lives, awareness of our thinking, awareness about ourselves. We have a lot of awareness when it comes to other people. How about yourself? How about your thoughts, your way of thinking, the meanings that you give things? A lot of this happens on autopilot. We don't have to think about it. It just occurs. It's just happening automatically. And then when we are approaching new experiences like meditation or yoga to slow ourselves down, to come back to our body, to come back to the awareness of ourselves, we are faced by racing thoughts. And these thoughts take you away from the meditation. Or do they? Fun fact right here, they actually don't. These thoughts are needed for you to be aware of what is in your mind every single time. So instead of pushing yourself to come to complete silence and have no thought at all and be in this nothingness, which is beautiful, don't get me wrong. But until you get there, don't make your journey of getting there wrong. When you have thoughts and you become aware of these thoughts, see them as clouds, see them as things that are coming and passing by versus you seeing a thought, putting a whole story and paradigm to it. This might be, after my meditation, I have to go pick up the kids, I have to run the groceries, and I have to bring them to their sports, or I have to get 1, 2, 3 things done for my business or my job, and I really need to be fully present for that. Okay. Now, have you attached yourself to that thought and run with it and explain to yourself every single detail and every single step that you need to take in it, or how you like it or don't like it? Or have you just allowed yourself to be in the awareness of the thought? When we slow down, when we choose to meditate, when we choose to give ourselves that breather through, and this can be a lot of different things, right? This can be meditation, this can be journaling, this can be doodling, this can be just speaking your thoughts out loud, talking to yourself, all of these beautiful tools and ways of becoming more aware of your own magic, aware of your own beingness, aware of your own thought patterns. So now as you're recognizing these thoughts and you're really present with them, without attaching any stories or paradigms to them, just see them go by. And the next thought comes, and the next thought comes, and the next thought comes. And allow yourself to be fully in awareness of this thought and let go of the thought. And a new thought comes in. Be in awareness of that thought and let go of that thought. If you are meant to have a quiet moment and be in the nothingness of things, you will have it. If you're meant to be in the awareness of your own thought patterns, you will have that. Neither is wrong. They are both a part of your journey. They are both a part of your determination. They are both a part of your choice that you're making. And this choice is no one else to make. This choice is no one else to make. This is yours to make. This is yours to hold on to. This is yours to create from. And when you create from your own thought, when you create from your own decision, your own determination, your own awareness, it allows you to go into the spiral of understanding yourself more, better, deeper. And when you get to understand yourself more, how beautiful is it that you get to witness you get to choose what you do with this awareness about yourself. One thought that I had was, and this is a silly thought to have, okay? So don't judge me. And even if you do, that's okay too. I'm totally okay with that. So one thought I had recently was really like, okay, I'm journaling and I'm doing all of these things, but there's one thing that I really, really, really want. It's not moving. Okay. I became aware of that thought. I let that thought go. And later on, after my meditation, after being on this beautiful journey of that meditation, I sat with that thought. I'm like, oh, where did this thought really truly come from? Where did this belief come from that a lot can move, but this one thing that I really desire can't move? What frequency am I holding in this thought? Now, frequencies are coming in various layers, right? The lowest frequency that I am aware of is shame, guilt. And the highest frequency is enlightenment, love, peace. So on this scale of frequency, if shame would be a 0 and enlightenment is 100, where is this thought residing right now? And as I gave that number and leaned into what this number meant, leaned into the emotion that I have in my body, I did a little exercise. And this exercise was to close my eyes, take a few deep breaths, and really center myself in my body. As I was centered in my body, I asked the question, where does the belief that this one thing that I really want to create in my life is not happening reside in my body right now? And as I was giving myself permission to feel in and lean into my body, I felt a little nod at my belly button. I'm like, oh, okay. That was a little nudge here. And I held space for that thought in my belly button. I put both of my hands on top of it and I started sending love through the intention, through my breath. I started sending love to this exact spot. And as I was sending love to this exact spot, every time I would breathe in, more love, more light, more healing would come in. Every time I would breathe out, I would let go of the lower frequency that this thought holds. I would let go of the belief system that maybe I'm not meant to have this. I would let go of feeling unworthy of receiving it. I would let go of maybe it was only if I do A, B, and C, I could achieve it. The need to prove, the need to show up and do a lot of action before I could gain something. And I kept taking deep breaths and deep breaths and deep breaths and kept sending love and light and healing upon this spot until I felt complete. And that will be a feeling that you're like, oh no, I think we're good now. And as I let this thought go, I came home to me. I came home to the freedom of choice of what do I want to put in place now? What do I choose to create from this place now? What do I lean into now? So if the thought of, oh my God, I'm putting so much time and effort, I really want to manifest this, why is it not happening? That's gone. But what am I putting in place? Because I created space in my energy field. I created space in my body, but I have to fill it with things that I can truly hold on to and truly believe in and truly welcome in my life. Because if I don't, I can guarantee you another thought will pop up and another space will be filled with that. So I was very intentional of what I wanted to put in place, which is I'm so worthy of receiving and then saying out loud exactly what I wanted to create. Exactly what I wanted to create. And as I was very clear with my intention, I was very clear with what I was welcoming, I could also let go of the need that only if I get this, I am good enough. I instead gave myself another insight, which was even if I don't get exactly what I am wanting, the universe, God, source will create something better for me. And I am open for that. See, our mind and the way that we perceive life and see life and what is possible is very narrow. And this narrow path is created by our own life experiences. This narrow path is created by what we have learned and seen and think to be possible. But the universe has no boundaries. The universe, God, has no limitations. So if the universe, God, source has no limitations, why am I limiting to, I really want this and only this? Where God is like, well, great that you want that. However, I have this something bigger coming up for you right now, and I would love you to lean into that more. So what do? I say, I'm welcoming my intention, or better now, or better now. Thank you. Those three simple words, or better now, created experiences that have blown my mind. Created meeting people out of the blue and deciding to go on a specific retreat that I didn't plan, and hosting it with others, and just, it has blown my mind. I want you to be open for that experience too. So with this bigger awareness that you create in your life, with this bigger awareness that you get to lean into, with this bigger awareness of all the things that you want to let go, as easy or as hard as that sound is, what do you put in place and what are you welcoming? Or better now, creates a new paradigm, creates a new pathway, creates neural pathways to all the opportunities and possibilities that are out there for you. Before we continue, I would like to offer you something special. If you desire to deeper, more meaningful connections in your life and are looking to improve your relationships with yourself and others, it is time to make a change. I'm inviting you to join our Deepening Connections through Meditation group. Imagine improving your relationships through meditations that foster understanding and growth. Check out matinaSingh.com/meditation for more details and use the code GROWTH for an exclusive discount. Now let's get back to our soulful conversation, helping you on your journey of self-awareness and connection. This past summer, I saw one post of someone that I did not know, and they were looking for speakers for a retreat. And something in me, because I had just come out of meditation, something in me was like, respond, connect with this person. I'm like, okay, fine. Responded, not thinking much of it. And this is the best thing, because when we put expectations on something, we get very, very narrow focused on something. So when we don't have any expectation, we are just showing up. We're just leaning in. We are allowing the universe to co-create with us. It creates magic. So I met with this person, decided I'm going to be one of the speakers at this event, went to the event, had a most magical experience where my guidance woke me up at 4 a.m. and it was like, okay, for this specific group, these are the 3 things that you're going to be doing. And mind you, I had already prepared the meditation I was meant to do for them. But no, my guidance is like, no, you're not doing that. You're doing A, B, and C. These are the 3 steps you need to do with this group, specifically with this group right now. And I leaned in again, and I was okay with that. And to my surprise, not so surprised actually, but it was so beautiful to witness and to see how these 3 things turned out to be so impactful, so beautiful, and so shifting my paradigm, shifting the paradigm of the attendees, shifting the paradigm of every single person who was participating in this. And for me to witness that was not like, oh my God, look at me, yay, I did it. No, it was truly like, wow, this is the magic that happens when I allow to surrender, when I allow to be in awareness and in alignment with what I meant to do. And when you are also in alignment with you and what you meant to create, what you meant to lean in, what you meant to be so fulfilled with, you get to create magic. You get to create higher awarenesses. You get to create these beautiful experiences of life where it's like, what? I went on a retreat with women I didn't know and I drove with and I shared a hotel room with and I had this experience with and I came back with more friends. Like, what? This happened in a span of 1 week. 1 week, people. Now, as we are a few months further, many of them are so magical to my journey. So magical to my journey. Every single speaker, without fail, taught me something. And specifically those whom I shared the room with, whom I get to witness their magic with, whom I get to create with. the wonderful conversation I've had after, they were very, very powerful and very meaningful to me. The wonderful aha moments I got to see, the wonderful magic I got to experience from them, as well as myself, was magical. And it could only happen because I was in awareness. It could only happen when you are in your own awareness, when you are co-creating, when you are surrendering, when you are leaning in, when you are listening to your own body, mind, and soul. What your body, mind, and soul can teach you, no one else can. I'm going to say that again. What your body, mind, and soul can teach you, no one else can. You have a uniqueness to you. You have a unique gift in you. You have a unique presence that you bring to the table. And even though we are a world of billions and billions of people, there's no one like you. And often in workplaces, they're like, oh, you don't want to work here? It's okay. We got 10 other replacements. Yeah, you might have 10 other replacements, but you have no one like me. You might make it work and create something better, but you cannot create what you could have created with me. And we're only able to say that when you believe in yourself, when you believe in your magic, when you believe that you're so beautifully guided and supported in ways that maybe your surroundings never supported you. Maybe your surroundings never taught you how to be aware, how to be in your own life, how to listen to your own body, how to listen to your own gut feeling. And oh, do we completely ignore our gut feeling? But that's your intuition. That is your intuition. That is where the magic lies. That is from where you get to create and be and live in. Trust your magic. Trust who you are. Trust what you can create. Trust in every single thought that you have without labeling them good or bad. Becoming very, very aware that at the end of the day, you are the one choosing to have this thought. You are the one to allowing this thought to remain in your body, in your energy field, and in your day-to-day life. You know what's funny? Sometimes I get to speak to clients of, oh, you know what? My life is good. This is going well for me. I've figured it out. I'm going to create this and this. Great. Perfect. That's awesome. Keep going. And then when I ask them a question about themselves, they're like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I would love to, for example, I would love to meditate, but I have no time right now. I would love to make and do something different with my career, but I have no time right now. I need to feed my family. Being in awareness also requires you to take the uncomfortable action. My awareness allowed me to create so many different actions, so many different experiences, so many different aha moments that it's like, ooh, I do not want that. Or I yes want this. This is so freaking awesome. I get to choose. You get to choose. Every single person gets to choose. So this higher awareness requires you to choose. It requires you to choose. Because if you don't choose, you're not living your life from this consciousness of I am the last voice here. I get to say yes or no to something. The world loves to make us believe that that's not the case. But when we believe and step into that paradigm, we feel powerless. And when you step into your own paradigm, when you step into the own uncomfortable action that you believe in, and as uncomfortable as it is, it will be a huge evolution of yourself, of your own soul, of your own life. I am right now in the eye of this evolution, if you will. And I know that. And it's uncomfortable. And it's so, so beautiful. I get to experience this right now. I get to be in this nothingness right now. I get to create from a clean slate right now. What else can I want? Of course, I want the bigger house. I want my partner. I want this. I want that. And I will never stop wanting because I'm a human being. But my soul doesn't want because my soul already has. It already has everything it needs. It has the belief system in myself. It knows its own magic. It knows what it can create. It knows. It knows. It's worthy of everything, of having everything in my life. It knows it. So there's no need to want it because it's already there. And if my humanness can step into that, if my humanness allows that I can have it all. I can create it all. I get to experience it all. And I get to share my gifts with you. I get to share my gifts with the world. I get to share my gifts with my family and my friends and the loved ones that I have around me, my beautiful, beautiful mentors, my beautiful, beautiful guides that I get to witness and experience in my lifetime. So can you. This is only possible when you allow yourself in the awareness of things. And I'm saying only possible very loosely here. There are a million ways that you can come to a higher frequency of your own soul's evolution. But if you don't know what that way is, borrow this one. Borrow this one way. How can you raise your awareness? How can you raise your own frequency? How can you go from the lower frequencies of shame and guilt into the higher frequencies of love, of peace, of enlightenment? Bring yourself, instead of being at the 0, up to the 50, up to the 60, up to the 100. And as human beings, our evolution is never done till we're done. So don't have an end goal. There's no end goal. That's the beauty of it. Embrace that there's no end goal. You get to choose who you are. You get to choose who you want to be, what you want to create. This conversation about awareness was so important for me to share because it has done wonders for me. It allowed me to not judge myself. It allowed me to understand my way of thinking. It allowed me to recognize my own patterns. And with this higher awareness, it allowed me now to change. It allowed me to make a choice. It allowed me to lean in and co-create with the universe versus me defining what my world should look like and be with my narrow perspective that I have. I love to tap into the millions of opportunities. So can you. Thank you for listening. I hope this episode has helped you to feel less alone in finding tools towards a life which is overflowing with love and purpose. If you enjoyed the episode, please take a second to rate and review. Each review helps us to reach more individuals who are seeking healing and personal growth just like you. And don't forget to take a screenshot and share your aha moments on your Instagram stories and tag me, Singh Matina. See you next week. Take care.